The Grange in Auckland South is one of New Zealand's most storied golf clubs. This Parklands Championship layout has seen many sought-after trophies contested down the years. And this famous club has wound back the clock recently as top New Zealand professionals battled for the telecom business hub Grange Pro Am.
2003 was the last time that we held the New Zealand Open here, but back in the 80s and 90s they were held here regularly. You know, the Bob Charleses and the Roger Davises and the Michael Campbells and that were regular visitors, and so a lot of those guys have moved on, and now we've got a different crop of young professional golfers playing here. We've got a field of 172 players, 43 teams, 39 pros, but this is too good a course for good golfers not to come and play on.
The Grange Pro Am started as an 18-hole event and has extended to a 2-day format. And after the first round, Hamilton's Mark Purser moved into the lead with a 2-under 68. He was joined at the top of the leaderboard by Leighton James of Hastings. Fellow Hawke's Bay pro Doug Holloway was amongst a trio of golfers 3 shots back. Also firing a 1-over 71 were Ashburton's Daniel Pearce and Christchurch-based pro Martin Pettigrew. Scoring at the Grange was particularly tough, with former Japan Tour pro Richard Lee likening the conditions to the Air New Zealand Shell Open 20 years ago. Lee, not the only one reminded of the Grange's halcyon days.
I don't know how many Opens I've played here, maybe 4 or 5. The course today is just outstanding, so it's really good to have like almost New Zealand Open pins, and you know, the greens are firm and really sort of putting well.
We've got a smaller greenkeeping team than we had back in those halcyon days when we had the Opens here. We've only got 5 guys, but the course is back to the standard it was in the early 2000s when the Open was held here, and the general condition and grooming of the course is just outstanding. The feedback we're getting is very, very complimentary.
And the amateurs in the field rose to the challenge of playing on greens as tough as they were during the Opens of the 80s and 90s.
It is a tremendous opportunity for all golfers to see what it's like in tournament conditions, for what the pros get used to. So it just heightens that a little bit more difficulty, and you've got to keep on your game and your strategy and where you want to place the ball under the flagstick. And I think it's great for the amateurs to see just how we prepare and how tough it is in tournament conditions.
As pros, it's your almost job to make them have fun and try and sort of get them around the golf course, and you know, that's what these events are all about. So it's a good test for them, and they play on greens that are, I suppose, a little bit more to the pro level. And yeah, I think, well, my guys certainly had fun, so that's good.
The final round saw just how tough the Grange can play, as birdies were hard to come by. Richard Lee, one of only 5 golfers to break par, his 69 matched by Daniel Pearce. But it was 47-year-old Martin Pettigrew who drew on his knowledge of the Grange to card a second round 68 and win the Telecom Business Hub Grange Pro Am by 1 shot from Pearce and Leighton James.
It's actually been quite a while. I can't remember the last time. I think the last Pro Am I won probably was in Australia. So, yeah, really very pleasing.
When Pettigrew isn't winning golf tournaments, he's working in the mines of Australia, and he tapped into his experience at the Grange to claim the title.
I've played a couple of New Zealand Opens here. I've played many times when I think David Smale won, and I was even here when Nicky Price was here, and Terry Price. So I've actually got a lot of experience on this course, and the scoring's never really that low, and it's a very strategic golf course. A lot of courses these days aren't so tight like this. There's a lot of bashing going on. So for someone like me who's played a lot, I use my experience, and just brilliant. I also think the amateurs enjoy it. I know they might fall apart, but even so, they actually get to see what it's like. So all credit to the Grange.